The plans were set. I was going to meet this guy in town in a few hours. We went home so I could change and get ready. I wanted to look nice, so I wore the only dress shirt I had. I had purchased it on clearance for a few dollars a while ago to wear for the interviews of my current jobs. My brother went online to show me a picture of Tim, because though I didn't know what he looked like when we agreed to our date, I was curious to see who I was meeting. Tim was 23 years old, 5 years older than I was. I wondered if this was going to be a noticeable age difference, but honestly, I was tired of dating people my own age. They were just too immature, thinking that acting dumb or being dangerous was funny. I wanted someone that I could have fun with that could also be serious. I was beyond nervous for this date. All the past teaching about how sinful it was to be gay ran through my mind. Though these teachings said it was so evil, I honestly couldn't see the evil in it. When I dropped the hateful words and jokes that were forced upon me for years and years, when I stepped away from them, I saw how transparent they really were. It wasn't harming anyone. And the idea that God only wanted men and women to be together would assume that our only reason on this earth is to reproduce. I'd like to believe that God's plan for each of us is so much bigger than that. I believe we are in this world to help each other, to love each other, and to move society toward a brighter, more unified future as we try to be the best people we can be. My brother and I drove into town and arrived at the fast food place. Fast food, tacky, I know, but at the time, I didn't know this would turn into the story of how I met the love of my life. I headed inside and waited to order. Tim wasn't there yet. I was so nervous, not only because I was meeting someone new, but because that someone new was a guy. Other than my brother, I don't think I had ever actually met anyone that was gay. I'm sure I had met a few in my lifetime, but they were probably like me, in hiding. It was 5 minutes past the time we said we would meet, then 10 minutes, then 15. I wanted to text him, but didn't at the same time because he could have still been driving. I felt awkward standing at the front for so long, so I ordered my food and sat down to eat. I started to wonder if he was going to show at all, but then I got a text. "Are you here?" "Yes," I responded. "I'm in my car, where are you?" he asked. "I'm inside," I replied. Long story short, we had parked on complete opposite sides of the restaurant, and I had gone in the entrance by the drive-thru, not the front entrance. We laughed. We were pretty quiet right away. I wasn't sure what to say, and I don't think he was either. "Want any fries?" I asked. "Sure," he said. I thought about how trashy it was that I ordered my food without him. I wanted to make a good first impression and worried that I came across as uncaring for not waiting for him to order, but honestly, I thought this date was about to go the way my movie theater date did. We were silent for a minute, but then the conversation started. We talked and talked about everything, our favorite foods, music, and movies. After we finished eating, we went to the local bowling alley. We had such a blast together. Nothing about this felt wrong. I enjoyed being around him, and he enjoyed being around me. Of course, being in public, we didn't act like we were more than just friends hanging out, but when we got home, we kissed. Like any relationship that starts, it was a blur. A blur of loving text messages, hours of phone calls, and the excruciatingly long weeks that led to weekends that would seem to go by in just seconds. I fell in love with him in an instant, and each time I had to watch him drive away, it left me feeling empty. He lived 4 hours away from me. Tim visited me or I him every weekend. I loved every second of it and couldn't get enough. He would leave a shirt of his with me to have, and I gave him one of mine. During the long week, I would hold on to it at night, missing him. Each weekend he visited, I would wait at the end of the driveway until his car arrived. It's hard to explain the feeling of joy that he gave me. Love truly is the ultimate gift in this world. I would trade every cent and everything I had for him. Though I had dated before him, Tim was my first love. It was an all-consuming, powerful feeling that lifted my spirits to the stars and made me feel like what I imagine heaven to be like. I felt content. I didn't want anything else in the world but him. It was difficult keeping our love a secret, though. I didn't want Grandma to know that he was more than a friend. My brother knew, but he was busy most weekends driving places to go on dates of his own. Tim's family knew about me. He had come out to his family years ago. I'll never forget the first time I met his gram. We were in the parking garage of the apartment building she and some of Tim's family lived in. The apartment complex had shopping carts to use for bringing groceries to the apartments, and on our way back to put the cart away in the garage, he joked that I should get into the cart and he would give me a ride the rest of the way to where the carts were stored. I got into the cart and he took off running through the garage toward the cart storage area. A woman walked around the corner and Tim slowed the cart to a halt next to her. "Hi, Graham," he said, laughing a little. After a silent moment, he said, "This is Chris." I almost died of embarrassment. I smiled as I tried to get out of the shopping cart gracefully. "Hi," I said shyly. She smiled, and in that smile, there was no judgment at all. I think she could see we were just having fun. Tim chatted with his gram for a little while, and then we walked the cart back to where it went. Each time I visited him in the cities, I spent time with his family. They welcomed me into their homes from the very start and made me feel like a member of the family. After a few months, we decided that we were tired of being apart, and so Tim started apartment shopping in the cities where he lived. One weekend, my brother drove me to meet Tim in the cities, and we toured an apartment. I remember sitting in the office with Tim. The lady asked us a few questions about what we were interested in. "So, are you looking for a 2-bedroom?" she asked. I blurted out, "Just a 1-bedroom. I don't know what we would ever do with another bedroom." The lady brought us to see one of the apartments, and we decided that it was the one. After we left, Tim joked about our conversation with the lady, and I didn't get it at the time. Basically, with the "how many bedrooms" question, if she didn't know we were gay when we came in, she knew we were gay when we left. I honestly didn't even think of it that way at all. Sometimes I forgot we were gay. I just felt like we were a couple. After I got back to Grandma's, a bittersweet mix of emotions filled me. I was so excited to go live with my boyfriend, but I was sad to leave my brother and Grandma. This was such a big decision for me. Being away from my brother was a thought that was hard to wrap my head around too. Being twins, we were incredibly close, and really had never been apart for more than a week in our entire life. I couldn't imagine not living in the same house as him anymore. I kind of put it out of my mind and just enjoyed the time we had. It was too painful of a thought to deal with, so I pretended it wasn't happening. Another thought entered my mind. Soon, I was going to have to tell my grandma that I was gay.